welcome to Rob Ukulele. In this series of videos I'm going to be looking at strumming patterns and rhythm techniques, and this particular lesson we're going to be covering the rhythm I was playing at the beginning of the video there, which I call the country shuffle. Really great technique to learn. Some of you may notice from that chord pattern that was taken from the Johnny Cash song Folsom Prison Blues, which is a great country song to actually learn on. And that style of kind of shuffle pattern is used quite a lot through country music, but the technique will help you in many other genres as well. So it's a really useful one to add to your kit bag. Now the timing is in a standard 4/4, so it's a 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, but the strum will be strumming on the beat and on the half beat, so we'll be playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now the shuffle is a shuffle for a particular reason. The actual sound kind of swaggers, so when you hear the drummer playing that and the snare drum, it's going pop-a-tata, pop-a-tata, pop-a-tata. It's almost like a kind of a train track style sound that's going on. And for the other musicians to kind of fall in line with that, particularly the rhythmic instruments like the ukulele, we need to try and emulate to fall in line with what the drummer is playing and bring that kind of shuffle sound together. So I'm going to try and break that down for you. So what we'll be playing is now, most of you will be used to playing standard rhythm on a ukulele with a down up rhythm. Whereas this particular rhythm is just going to be using, well, certainly in the first part I'm going to show you anyway, is downs. There's no ups at all. Everything is down. So that will be quite a step change for maybe a few of you to get out of the habit of having the up as well. We'll just be having downs in this particular one. Now, of course, if we just played downs and use the same kind of pattern throughout, we'd have this sound. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That actually wouldn't give us the shuffle we're after. And the way to achieve the shuffle is to change the velocity or the power of how we hit the strings depending on the whole or the half note. So on the whole note, we're not going to hit the strings very hard, and in fact we're only going to hit the top string and maybe the top 2 strings. And then on the half note, we're going to hit all the strings. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and you can kind of think about it as light, hard, light, hard, light, hard, light, hard. And if you can kind of get used to that, and then we can start to pull together the rhythm. Now the trick with this is not to hit the strings too hard. If you've just been used to kind of down up all the time, you may have got in, particularly if playing in a group ensemble, of hitting the strings fairly hard. The trick with this is to kind of gently stroke those first strings and then hit a little bit harder on the next string. The rhythm relies on that little bit of difference in the velocity to give it that kind of shuffle sound. So I hear a train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, 'cause I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and so on. You can then go out through the whole song playing back that particular rhythm pattern and achieving that kind of shuffle sound. Now if you want to kind of move that up a little step, then what we can look to do is bring back the upstroke, but we're only going to bring it back at various pieces. So I'll just demonstrate to you. We're going to play. So we're still going to have our first part where we just touch the strings on the main beat, and then on the half one we're going to go down and up straight away. 1 and you may notice is I'm really using the wrist action there to get that up and down really quite quickly. If you try and do it with your arm, it is achievable, but it just takes a lot more effort, and you might find difficulties in gaining the speed if you're actually going to be pivoting your arm up and down to do that. Whereas if you can keep your arm still and just use your wrist to kind of almost like a cam, you can swivel it. Notice my arm's hardly moving there. You can see my kind of muscle going backwards and forwards, but the actual structure of the bone is moving very little. And I can get quite quickly in that. You can see the pattern really starts to come together as we go through. By the way, if you feel that you're getting anything out of these videos, I'd really appreciate it if you could like my video by clicking down below. That would be great. Even better if you could subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. So we've almost got everything that we need now to achieve the shuffle sound. You can then, once you practice that, you can start to decide, do you want to vary that? So you might start, the first verse with just a standard, and as the verse carries on, then you can start going into bringing the up down. There's one other piece you can add, so you can go. Again, that's quite quick. You really need to master that, where you can just use that off your wrist to get the. So hopefully you found that really, really useful. Please, enjoy that and start to bring that into your ukulele playing. I think you'll find it a really useful piece of your toolkit. And in between time, enjoy the ukulele.